this video, we're going to be taking a look at the 10 easiest and best gold grinders in Build-A-Boat for Treasure. Each of these 10 are super easy to build and they can make you a lot of gold. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the first one. So for this first one, what you're going to want to do is place yourself down a wooden post just like this. You're going to need 4 golden blocks. Place one here, one here, one here, one here, and one right there. This is one of the most iconic gold grinders inside of the game, and that's why we're showing it off first. We're going to place a hinge. Make sure the yellow part's facing upwards just like that. We're going to stand in the middle of the hinge like this, and then place a glue block on our avatar. We're then going to delete the wooden post and then walk forward, and then we'll start to float to the end of treasure. I don't need to press spacebar at all. I'm literally just levitating to the end, and this is one of the best gold grinders inside of the game, hands down. A lot of these stages haven't loaded in yet, so we're not going to get a lot of gold for this one. And if you want to go high up, you simply just press spacebar, and then now we're at the end treasure. This one can give you hundreds of gold. Every hour it can pay you thousands of gold. Very, very reliable. Let's get into the next one. All right, next up we have a very basic and simple magnet gold grinder. So what you want to do is place yourself a post and then a pilot seat just like this. Move this magnet down below like so. And then what you want to do is once again grab yourself a hinge block, place it right there on the top of the chair, place a titanium rod, and we're going to sit on the chair just like this. We're going to delete the post, and then all we have to do now is simply activate the magnet, and now we're literally just going to hover to the end. This is one of the best magnet grinders, I think, inside of the game, and we're literally just hovering to the end. Very easy, very simple, and oh no, oh gosh, oh my goodness. This next one I'm going to show you has to do with the magnet once again, but it takes a little bit longer to set up, but seriously, super easy. So we're going to place a post like this, one post there, one post there, and then what we're going to do is we're going to place ourselves a chair right here on the front of the build, and then we're going to grab a magnet. We're going to place it right about there. Actually, wait, hold on. We're going to delete the chair. We're going to place a magnet on the end, make sure the yellow part's facing inward. We're going to grab a balloon here. We're going to place a balloon right about here, and then we're also going to place a balloon right in here. All right, right about there. All right, so you know the magnet placed there. Actually, we're going to put this one right here on the top. This should be fine. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to place ourselves a chair. This is going to go right inside of here like that. We're going to simply move it over so that way it's glitched in between these. And then what we're going to do is we're going to sit on here, and then we're going to place down a switch. We're going to delete the post. We're going to activate the switch just like this, and I don't even have to move. And this is literally just going to levitate us perfectly above the water just like this, and I'm literally not even pressing anything on my keyboard at all, and we're just levitating it to the end. And yeah, one thing I will note is definitely if you're grinding gold, watch out for the crystal stage, because that one will eliminate majority of gold grinders. So with that being said, let me actually join a new server and we'll get into the next glitch. All right, so this next one takes about 2 minutes to set up, but I promise you guys, this one is very, very good, and you can make so much gold from this, and it's not your ordinary gold grinder. All right, so what you want to do is place yourself down a post just like this. It could be any block. Let's just use the wood block because wood is super, super common. All right, so we're going to scale it out to like this. We're basically trying to make it the size of the spawn points over there, and we're going to make it about this long. All right, so then what we're going to do is we're going to turn anchor block on. We're going to place a block right here, and we're going to scale it out right about there. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to grab ourselves a spring. We're going to place one side of the spring here and one side right there. All right, perfect. Now what we're going to do is save, so that way we don't have to rebuild this ever again. We're going to put ourselves a chair just like this. We're going to place a cake block right here and a cake block right there. We're basically just using a fly glitch. You can use the fly glitch however you want, but in this case, I'm going to be using, you know, the cake and the hinge. And now we're basically almost done. We're going to delete the post, make sure that everything is turned anchor block off, and we're going to take this creation right here, and we're going to bring it to the second stage. I'll see you guys when I get there. All right, so we're almost there. I'm just inside the first stage now, and then we're going to go to the second stage right about here. So once we're inside of here, what we're going to do is we are going to select only this block. All right, we're going to anchor it like this, and then we're going to grab our scale tool, click on it, and then drag upwards on the block, and it'll basically unanchor our creation from that block, which is exactly what we want to do. So now we're going to fly this entire creation back over to our spawn points, and I'm telling you guys, this is one of the best gold grinders inside of the game. It has a super, super easy setup. It doesn't require a ton of blocks. This is probably what, like 200 blocks right here. We're gonna fly it back over to our team plots. Before you do so, make sure you turn this giant block right here, turn this to collision off. It's going to make it a little bit easier when trying to arrange this. So we're going to basically try to cover as many of the spawn points as we possibly can. All right, so once we're down here, we're going to go like this and push it forward. All right, that I may have made this a little bit too large. What we're gonna do is we're gonna turn collision back on, and we're simply just going to delete our fly glitch that we had. And now all we're going to do is stand on this thing. We're going to reset our character, and you'll notice that it actually teleports us inside of the stage, and that's exactly what we want to happen. As you guys can see, I just spawned right back on top of it. I'm going to reset my character, and it's going to teleport me back inside of the stage once again. So it's essentially like you're launching your own grinder, but you're literally just resetting your character. I know it's only 36 gold, but you can do this very, very quickly, and it's super effective. All you're doing is resetting your character. So like as soon as I spawn in, I'm just pressing escape, pressing R on my keyboard, and then clicking, and then that is it. And you can just grind gold over and over with this. Super easy and super simple. And next up here, we have a very basic common gold grinder with the hinge block. Simply place yourself down a cake like this, grab a hinge, use the pink candy, delete the chair, and you're off. Just like this. This one will give you the maximum amount of gold every single time you go through the stages. Now, I also did notice that if you actually want to go faster with this, if you turn sideways and you like, it's hard to do correctly, but if you practice it enough, you can make this go even faster. So if you like turn your camera or move your character, like your character, I don't know how to explain it, but like the character gains momentum and starts to actually go through the stages faster. So going side to side like this can make this a little bit quicker. And now we're at the end treasure just like that. Well, bam, don't mind if I do. Let's get into the next one. All right, so for this next one, this one's also extremely easy. We're going to place down a chair just like this. We're going to use a cake, or you could use the glue block. What we're going to do is we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 balloons on our avatar just like this. And we're then going to activate the 8 balloons. We're going to place down a thruster just like this, attach them straight to the balloons, delete the chair. As you guys can see, we're starting to slowly go up, and now we're just going to go through the stages just like this. I probably should have used a stronger thruster, but as you guys can see, we're going through the stages pretty easily. Let me just redo this, but with a faster one. All right, so I have the cake placed down. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. We're going to grab our switch, activate all of those. We're going to grab the ultra thruster. This thruster is for free inside of the game, although inside the shop it is for Robux. There is a way to get it for free. Then we're going to delete the chair. Okay, we're going to activate the thruster, and okay, this one is definitely working a lot better. And now I literally don't even have to do anything. I'm just levitating through the stages just like this. And if you're going a little bit too fast, you can turn on shift lock and just kind of go back and forth between the stages, so that way you make sure that the stage is counting. And then when you're at the end, just simply delete some of the balloons like this. Oh gosh, I accidentally deleted all of them. Oh no. But yeah, super easy gold grind. And this next one is another magnet gold glitch. What you want to do is place yourself down a wooden rod, grab yourself a pilot seat, grab a magnet, flip it right here, place the magnet on the front end of the chair just like this, grab a titanium rod, place it right there on the end, grab a hinge, make sure the yellow part's facing inward, sit on the chair, delete the post, activate the magnets, and here we go. We are off. This one is also very easy to control and one of my favorite magnet grinders. All the magnet grinders I showed in this video are some of my favorites. This one I also like. The only downside to this one is that it can go through the stages pretty quickly, but super reliable. It can get to the end almost every single time you use it. And this next gold glitch you can actually do while you're making gold from your other gold glitches. So this is a tip that I recommend for players to make an extra gold bonus, because there's so much more gold you could be making. So as you're using your grinder and taking it through the stages, you can also set up spike blocks on each of the spawn points. And let me tell you why. Setting up spike blocks on each of the spawn points just like this, you could do it manually, or you could make a machine that automatically puts them there. Whatever you gotta do to get them on the plot, it should work. So basically what this does is every time someone spawns into your team, they're met with a spike block, which automatically eliminates the player. And with Build-A-Boats, if you eliminate a player on your team, you get 3 gold for every kill. And you can have up to 7 players in one server, which means you could have 6 players being eliminated on your plot at all times. And 6 times 3 is 18, so that's 18 gold every few seconds that you're getting repeatedly over and over again. And you can do this in the background as either you're building, you're exploring, or you're using a gold grinder for even more gold. This can make you, I think, over 100,000 gold extra every single day. So if you just have this going on in the background, I think you can make upwards of like 150,000 gold, which is pretty good. So you could literally just use your magnet grinder or whatever grinder you're using in the background, and in the meantime, you're making gold from eliminating those players. All right, this next grinder is actually pretty cool. And for this one, what we're going to do, this one's a little bit different, but it's still really cool. We're going to place a post just like this, like a super tall post. All right, so then what we're going to do is we're going to simply clone this like so. So we're going to clone it, probably put it about right there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place a jet turbine on this side on the top part. And we're going to place a chair on the back of the jet turbine. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get the rope block. So we're going to take this rope and we're going to place it all the way up here. We're going to place one right there. And then the other side is going to connect over to the chair. So it should look something like this. All right, so perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're going to delete that. The jet's going to fall right here. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to activate the jet. Once it's activated, we're simply going to select it with our tool here. We're going to clone it just like this. And then you can clone this as many times as you possibly want. We can now get rid of the original one. Now, essentially what this glitch does, for those of you guys that don't know, there's a barrier inside of the stages that basically makes it so the jets can't really go fast inside of the stages. It basically slows them down. But with this glitch right here, it bypasses that speed barrier since we duplicated it. So now that we're standing on this thing, all we have to do now is simply delete the rope, and we're now going through the stages. On top of that, this will never run out of fuel. So I'm not even touching anything on my keyboard right now, and we are just simply levitating through the stages just like this. It's as easy as this, guys. I have no hands on the keyboard, no hands on the mouse. It's just going to levitate us through. This stage could eliminate us though. Oh gosh, okay, that was a little bit scary. But look at this. We are just levitating through Build-A-Boat right now. Easy peasy. And okay, I think this should give us the maximum amount of gold. All right, we're at the lighthouse stage now, and now we're at the end treasure. It's as easy as that, guys. Drop down here, and then we could simply just hop on to another one of those jets, and then go to the end and do it over again. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to stay up to date with all of the cool magnet grinders, gold grinders, ways to make gold glitches right here on the channel. Thank you all so much. Have a great day as always. Peace out and goodbye.